How's it going, everyone? My name is Tyler Valencia, and I'm the owner of Time to Train Fitness. We're going to do an unboxing of the Naboso insoles, and then in the second part of this, we're actually going to do a fitting for them. So I actually just got these insoles about maybe an hour ago, and I want to quickly do the unboxing and the fitting on these because I want to try them out. I want to try them out and then come back in 30 days and give my review about them. So a little bit about the company. I met the owner. I was at a conference, a fitness conference, which is why I got them. One of the workers that was at the booth explained them, and it really triggered something in my head in terms of why. Why should I get these? For myself, personally, I've been having a little bit of I'll call it nerve issues with my feet. And for training purposes, there would be times where I would take off my shoes to try to just stimulate the bottom of my feet after wearing shoes for almost a full day of work, and really want to make sure I maximize my training time. If I'm only training for an hour, hour and a half, I want to make sure I get the most out of it. And if my feet are hurting or if it feels like my feet are stiff, it's no bueno. And I want to make sure that I can get that bottom of that foot activated so that I can do whatever type of movement it is that I want to do. So the owner of the company, she is a podiatrist, very nice woman, knows her stuff when it comes to feet, and she has some great products out there. With this specific insole, the one that I got, the Duo Insole, it actually has two sides of it. It has a more intense, and if you get the same one, you'll notice it. You'll look at both sides. You can actually use both sides of them. One is more intense than the other, but it's really interesting to see the difference in the textures between each line. So if you're interested in these already, what I would recommend is when you go to the website, look at each one of them, look at the price point, and see what fits your need. When I was at the booth, the individual that was telling me about the products, he recommended these ones for athletes, the Duo Insoles. So I was okay, I'm going to check these ones out. But he did talk about other ones that, let's say you're standing on your feet a lot, if you're a nurse or you're a mechanic, or even if you're a day-to-day person and you're just standing on your feet, walking in your house, in your office, whatever that might be, there is a insole for you. So highly recommend going to their website, looking at all the different lines they have and what fits within your budget. And that might be a factor. I will admit that normally these ones cost $75, but they do range between $50 to $75. And they also have a combo pack on there, which I believe is $90. So depending upon what you want, what you're looking for, what your needs are, they have something for you. So what is the purpose of getting something like this? It's kind of hard to see it through the box, but really what you see when you first get this, all these little ridges, and it is something that, what is it? If you are not in the fitness industry, if you've never even heard of something like this, you might be, well, why should I get them? Ultimately, the purpose of these are to enhance foot awareness and ultimately improve your quality of life. If your feet feel better, if they're not hurting after a day of work or just not hurting in general, there's a high chance that you'll probably feel better. You'll want to do other things. You might want to go on a hike. You might want to go to the gym. You might want to do things that you used to not to because your feet were hurting. So if you can improve your quality of life, ultimately, hopefully you're going to be more active. So I just pulled these out of the box and I'm going to start the fitting process. Within the instructions, they also have how to clean the insoles. As I mentioned before, these are dishwasher safe. So nice right there, being able to throw these right in the dishwasher or in your sink, scrub them, and boom, they're cleaned for you. I normally wear Nike shoes, so I just pulled this out of my shoe that was on my right foot, and I'm going to try to line this up. In the instructions, I'll say that a factor that some of you might encounter, like myself, I took a little time to try to decide how I want to line this up, but also cut it, is that some insoles have this little flap right here. And so that really threw a wrench when I was trying to plan where I'm going to trace and cut. This little extra flap here, it's not like this is just flat here on right against the shoe here. This is what goes into the arch of that shoe right there. So it's not really a big factor. And to get the full benefit, I think, of the curve right here to try to fully fit within your shoe, I'm actually going to try to line these points up against this insole to make my trace around, because really, since the shoe is going to be still fitting right there and this flap goes up into the side lining of it, it shouldn't be a factor right there. So you'll see essentially where I'll make my trace right there. Okay, so let's make that trace and let's see what happens. Okay, so with doing that trace, here's the outcome. Men out there, your significant other might make a comment about how I should have probably pinned those together or did something to make sure it's secure. But hey, this is YouTube. We're trying to make this on the go for you. Okay, so I made my trace here and I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna get ready to put these into my shoe and see how they feel. What I will do after though is actually, since I have this one here already traced, I'll use that as an outline for the second one there, so I don't have to pull the insole out and try to trace it there. Okay, so let's do the cutting now. So I grabbed from my kitchen some of these scissors that I feel like almost everybody has these days inside like their knife set. I just feel like they're gonna be good enough to cut through this type of material. I'm going to start here and probably speed this up for you guys so that you don't have to watch me try to meticulously cut this in frame. Okay there, so just cut them out. I will say that these scissors worked great for cutting this material. So if you have a pair in your knife set, grab those before. I'm gonna do the other one off screen and I'm gonna throw in my shoes. So that's it for this unboxing and fitting of the Naboso Duo Insoles. Something interesting that I noticed when I was actually slipping them into my feet was that each side of them has either Activate or Performance on them, with them being the Duo, and you can use each side of them. So when I go do some training, it will be a nice little treat for me to try the Performance side and see if there's any difference with my feet aching or any type of difference in reaction time. That was something that the gentleman mentioned at the booth. Will it happen? I don't know. But I think as athletes, you're always trying to find those little pieces that hopefully get you to the next level. If you like these videos, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment. Let us know if you've been having foot issues, if you've been looking for insoles and you came across this and you're like, hey, I want to try them out. These are the type of tutorials that we like to do and hopefully help others out there. We'll catch you in the next one.